in here, but it happened
Yeah, I got in here.
for
I know a
sure.
little bit about computers.
So,
Yeah, it sucks I
so
can't use my because that's a whole fucking thing, really, man.
yeah, you were talking about like eyes and stuff. Like, what is that?
My eyes glow in TikTok. I can get them to like shine like a cat's eyes. It's crazy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So what's
So
up?
you got
What kind of interview are we doing?
we're doing like a whole like just how about your life and how you grew up and how you came into what you're doing right now and
Okay.
all that.
So you got
All
all the
that's good.
questions ready. I'm not good at like
Yeah.
prose. I can come up with some shit, but you know, you got music playing in the background?
No, not right now. There's no music going on. But
Yeah,
yeah.
growing up in the city, man, it's crazy. Being the only white guy in a black community, it's really crazy.
Oh yeah.
But
Wait, so
anyway,
you said you
so
were the
how are we
only
gonna
what?
start this? How are we gonna start this?
Oh, we're gonna start it off by like your childhood. First, we're gonna go, but before we get into that, let the people know who you are and what you
Okay.
do.
All right.
What's your name and where are you from?
My name is Jay. I'm from Virginia. I lived in DC until I was about 6. We moved down to Virginia when I was a kid.
And what do you do? Like, what is your passion?
Well, I was in the Army. I spent most of my time in the Army growing up. I got out at age 34, 2000 and 2014. No, 2007, sorry. And since then, I was a chef. And then I got sick of like getting my taxes taken out and shit. And, like, really
Right.
was angry at the world. So I just stepped back and I became an artist. I started doing my passion when I got sober. I started painting and sculpting and making jewelry.
Oh, okay.
And that's what I'm
And
doing up to today. Yeah.
so when you went to the army, how old were you?
I was 18, 17 and 8 months. I joined the DEP, Delayed Entry Program. Um, that got me in. I got to learn ranks a little bit better. I got to learn the drilling ceremony, how to fold shit upright and all that stuff. So by the time I graduated from high school, then I was able to just go right into the Army, and they made me a squad leader, and I had an extra rank from it. And same with I was an Eagle Scout too growing up. So my escape
Yeah.
was being a Boy Scout. I grew up with a lot of abuse and shit in my family.
Oh, okay. So your household was like chaotic. Like there
Fuck
was a
yeah,
lot
bro.
of
Yeah, it turned me. I was the
negativity
oldest
going on.
sibling. I had to take care of my brother and sister. Get
So
them up
you
to
have
school and shit.
yeah. You have two siblings,
I do. I have a brother and a sister.
and how old? Like how apart from age are you?
3 years apart for my brother. He was born on the same day as me, which is funny. So 3 years younger than me. My
Oh
sister's
shit.
6 years. Yeah, so we're like 3 year increments in between us.
Oh, so growing up, you would have to be like the responsible one, like
I was,
taking
yeah.
care
My
of
mom was
shit.
a drug addict. My dad was an alcoholic, and my mom was fucked up all day. Excuse my language. And my father was at work all the time. So my dad was picky about having a house clean and having meals and shit. And my mom was so fucked up, she wouldn't do shit. And so I would do it. And then she would like tell my dad that she did it and shit. And that's how it was growing up. That's in a nutshell. I used to
Yeah.
get beat and shit. It's crazy, man.
So
Crazy
you,
childhood.
yeah. So she would take the responsibility, and like she would take like what's it called?
The credit for it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
credit
She
and all that for
plagiarized my
what you
work,
done.
so to speak. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. She killed herself when I was 21.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Yeah. Rest in peace, man.
Um. So while you were a kid, you said that did you attend school like
I did
elementary?
normally. Yep. Sure did. I got my brother and sister up. I went to school. Did that. I graduated. I was the only one in my family to graduate, actually. I had to in order to go into the Army.
Oh, okay. So you went through all the whole school years and all that.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
Would you
actually, it was
say
pretty good, man. Pretty good in school for most part.
so? You would have good grades and all that. You would keep up with
I
your
mean,
grades.
I'd say average. Considering my childhood, I'd say they were average grades.
Did you have any like hobbies in school? Like anything you were
Hobbies,
interested in?
girls. I
Correct.
love the girls, but no, I'm a jackal. I used to flock with everybody. I was a loner in school, so I hung out with like everybody. I was like that guy. And then I guess soon into like high school, I got into smoking pot, a lot of weed, and I became that guy with the weed. I knew older
Yeah,
people from my father and my mother, so I became that guy. And still to this day, people from high school come up, man, yo, you got the weed and shit. It's
yeah,
funny that shit was like 30 years ago.
and they still know you and shit.
Still know me for that. Yeah, it's embarrassing, but hey, it is what it is.
Do you,
Teachers knew it. Teachers knew all the abuse I was going through too. They all knew it, and they
all
kind of
right,
helped me through it. Yeah, they kind of looked after me and helped me get through high school. A few teachers did.
that's right. And during high school, did you get into any incidents like fights or anything in school?
Several because of my brother. Yeah, my brother would start shit with other people. He's 3 years younger than me. I'm a senior in high school. He's a freshman. So he had getting fight after fight over him. Had people coming over to the house and like wanting to fight him there, and then I'd get off the bus and I'd have to knock some dude's dick in the dirt. And it was a
Get his
repetitive
back.
cycle all through my senior year. Yeah, it was pretty bad. But no, I've always got along with people. I always liked people for the most part.
Oh, okay, so you're more of a like positive, friendly person, you would say.
Just very sad,
And
very sad. Yeah, but I try to be positive. Yeah,
and you seem like you like listen to like type rock music, like you're
I do. I
into
do. I listen to a lot of metal. I listen to a lot of rock. But again, with that, I listen to a lot of hip hop too. I grew
oh,
up with
okay.
it. It was part of how I grew up. But I have an affinity for heavy metal too because it's melodic. It has an emotion to it, an emotional level that I
Yeah.
really agree with. But like I like older like death metal, dark shit, real dark shit.
So, what did you start listening to when you were growing up? What was your first listen?
Oh man, shit. We listened like I started out growing up listening to like Motley Crue and shit like that. I mean, mind you, this is like the late '80s, early '90s. Hip hop wasn't really big on the scene. I watched hip hop grow like completely through my life, and I really love how it's subgenring out. It's branching out a lot more. But
Right.
it was basically like Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Tupac, Biggie, all the
Yeah.
old kings of rap. And then that
Yeah. The
progressed to
original.
southern rap like Tennessee and like Master P and all them,
Yeah.
real heavy gangster shit, Triple Six
Yeah.
Mafia, but whom I adore. Um, and then it got to like the modern hip hop now, start I guess with like Master P. I would like to say that he brought that door in.
Oh, okay. So you were listening to a bunch of like rap and
A lot
hip
of
hop.
rap, a lot of heavy metal, both the same.
Right.
I've listened to the same my whole life. I did have a Grateful Dead phase too. I did. I had a hippie phase. Um, that didn't last long. That's when I discovered LSD.
Oh yeah. And what was that in your high school? Were you in high
That was
school?
crazy in high school, man. Being in high school, tripping and being like feeling like you're older and don't belong there. But I had this ambition to go into the army because I had to escape my house. I had to get out of that shit, and every day was harder and harder for me. And my dad started getting more and more violent because I was getting older. Um, and I guess just I butted heads a little bit back because I was getting bigger, and it wouldn't hurt me anymore. So I I don't know. I turned to drugs, to kind of relieve
So this
myself
was
temporary from that. Yeah.
yeah. And this was during your teens.
Yeah, my senior year, like junior, senior year in high school.
Oh, okay. So your junior, senior year. What kind of drugs were you getting into? You said
Just
LSD.
acid, pot, that's about it.
Oh, okay. So and
Normal kid shit. Back then it was
yeah.
ludicrous and crazy.
So you would use it just to help you like calm down and cope.
Correct. Yeah, kind of escape the bullshit. Come home and take care of my brother and sister, and then I'd go to my escape land and listen to music, put the headphones on, and get stoned.
And this was all
Yep.
going down in Virginia.
Yeah, in Virginia. Yep. And back
Mm.
and forth between DC and Virginia.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you
I'd
lived
stay up
also
with
in
my family
DC.
up there too. Yeah. Yeah, DC. That's where I'm originally from. We moved down when we were kids. Left my other side of the family stayed up there. My dad moved down to be like a homesteader. He wanted to be a farmer.
So, you said that you joined the army.
Yep.
Uh, so you just wanted to go to the army to leave where you're at and
To
just
leave, yeah.
be out.
I didn't even care. I put the farthest distance of where I wanted to be duty station and where I wanted to be at farthest away from my house I could. The farthest away I could. Even though it doesn't work like that. You don't always get what you ask for. I ended
Right.
up going to South Carolina, um, being stationed there most of my career as a mechanic,
Oh,
Fort
great.
Jackson.
And how was it like the first time just uh registering
Well,
registering
mind you, I
yourself?
went in with long hair. I had long ass hair, like back to back of my shoulders, long hair. And when we had what's called reception, when they gather you all up, they put you on a bus and they take you to whatever base you go to.
Yeah.
Um, they go through a place where they give you everything and line you up, and they dogged me hard because I had tattoos and long hair. Called me Private Turkey because I would laugh a lot and shit. It was kind of funny, but getting my picture taken and getting my hair cut off, they cut half the side of my hair off and left the other side and took a picture of it for the yearbook because it was that funny.
Oh
But
yeah.
it was shocking. Yeah, it was shocking. I wasn't expecting half of that.
So it
But
was
I
a
got
whole
over it
like,
quick. Once I was physically fit, still am, but like the PT and stuff that was so hard for other soldiers, I couldn't get it right. They excuse me 1 second. They had a hard time, and I was always the guy behind them, like, hurry up, let's go. We got another lap to run. And first sergeant would do push-ups with me because I'm a smart ass, and I'd keep up with him, and her. And they fucking hated that. They dogged the shit out of me. But at the same time, it gave me good leadership skills. Um, I already kind of had them taking care of my brother and sister growing up. But that gave me
oh,
a whole different, multitude of angles and with my peers and being a little more experienced than them, it gave me an advantage and it stuck good with me for my career from there. Getting my
yeah.
name out was always a good thing. I got in trouble a lot for being a loud guy, but it always works out for me in the better.
I feel that. So while going into the army, you were already prepared because of the stuff
Yeah,
that
I
you
was prepared with the drill and
experienced.
ceremony. I kind of knew what to expect, like, but I don't know because I wasn't in it. But I had a good idea what to expect, how to act, what to say, a few different things like parade rest, bout left face, right face, all that kind of stuff. I already knew it going in, so it
And
came real easy. And
did
they
at
took
any
notice.
did at any time you get like frustrated in the army or
Oh yeah,
wanted to give up?
every day, every day. So the army, in basic training, basically they break you down to build you up. So mine was being a rebellious person, loud person, and having to be frustrated with myself because I couldn't stop it. So I would get in trouble all the time. But it made me stronger. But I still to this day I haven't been able to calm my mouth, man. I still haven't.
Yeah, it's
I mean, I gotta
still
be me.
the
I just gotta
same.
be me. You know. I mean, I've
Yeah,
been married twice, and I had to like bow to them in a certain way, and that kind of sucked. And I was a real bad alcoholic for a while too. And during both marriages, I barely remember because I was so drunk all the time. That's the only way you can get me to bend to a will. It's just inebriation. It's
yeah,
sad as
but
shit.
being like wasted or drunk.
Blackout drunk every night, man, for 27 years.
Oh, really? And when did this start? Like your drinking problem?
I guess like the day before we went into the army. I went to a hotel and I never had alcohol before, wasn't experienced with it. Had a few drinks and loved it and fell in love with it
So
more
you
than I
were
fell in love
drinking,
with weed.
right? So you were drinking it while you were in the army.
Yeah, well, after basic training, not during the training process, but yeah, I drank at a very young age. Started drinking heavily,
Oh, okay. But
18 years old.
would you say that everyone else was like drinking like in the army and stuff, or
I mean, a lot of people did drink with me. Yeah, I would say a lot of people drink in the army, if not almost everybody, but not like I did. I mean, I was known for coming into formation in the morning and doing PT and throwing up all the fuck over the place, being hungover, and people having to get me in line and square me away and sweating and shit. And they knew it. I mean, I reek like alcohol, like all the time. I knew it, and I got in a lot of trouble for that too. I sure did. I ended up getting kicked out of the army from it.
oh, it was for that situation for.
Well, it's a complex situation. My wife was cheating on me with my best friend, and I lost my shit.
Oh yeah. And this was while you
Yeah,
were in the army.
yeah. By the end of it,
How long were you there for?
well, shit, man. 95 to 2007. Good long time. 11 years, something like
You were
that.
11 years in the army.
Hmm.
Rankings or any of that?
Yeah, yeah. I ended up staying at E4 Mafia for life, um, which is like right under sergeant. I never could pass the board because I was drunk all the time. I fuck it up all the time. Late for formation, late for everything. I was always late. I still am always late.
Right.
But
But
yeah, got in a
you
lot of
said
trouble.
that your passion was doing art and sculptures. So
Yeah, I love it now.
did you feel like being in army that it
See, I didn't
wasn't
know that
really
about myself then,
fulfilling?
man. I didn't know that. I didn't know I had a creative bone in my body until well, high school. I drew. I like to draw and stuff and play with stuff like carve wood and shit. But I didn't know I was that creative or that good at it until just about 2 years ago. Just about two
Oh,
years ago.
oh,
And
that's
it's a
when you
crazy
started
story how that
getting into
happens
it.
too, man. It's a long chain of events that I've had a hard, long life, bro. To be honest with you, man.
So you
To be honest with you.
so right after you got out the army, you said you got a divorce.
Yeah, my first divorce. Yep, with her because she's cheating with my best friend. I'm being locked up the whole time, going through all this court process and tribunal and shit. I chapped her out of the army, and then I come home and all my shit sold. My house is for sale in the market, and all my personal stuff was at my dad's house in the garage. They had sold everything and moved.
Oh
They
shit!
they were still together. We got a divorce, and she ended up marrying him, and they had two kids. They had two kids, and then she ended up cheating on him with somebody and leaving him not too long ago. I think that's what I
Shit.
heard. Hmm.
So she did the
That's how
same
women
shit
that
to
cheat are
someone
like,
else.
man. That's how they are. Some the women that are gonna do it once, they're gonna do it all the time. Usually, in my experience.
Yeah, you can't trust that.
Hmm. So after I got out, I ended up moving downtown Fredericksburg. And being a chef, I worked as a sous chef behind the counter for 7 years. I tried to get in this restaurant like every day. Nobody would hire me. It's a felony when you get kicked out of the army, by the
Shit.
way. And so nobody would hire me, and I kept going to this one restaurant, asking him for help because I loved his food. I loved how he cooked. And I figured if I'd be anything but the army, I'd be a good cook because I love cooking and shit. And it's
Okay.
very structural, like the army. Everybody's got their position and what they're expected to
Mhm.
do. You don't need to be told what to do every day. So, like for 6 months, I came in and out. And then one day, the dishwasher didn't show up and gave me a job washing dishes. And
Oh, on
he
that
said, "Can you
day.
make a salad?" Yeah, I just worked up from dishwasher until I was his main sous chef for 7 years. I learned a lot, and I cooked my rest of my life since then.
So you just kept like asking and kept like
Yeah, every day. You sure you
doing
don't
it.
need some help, bro? You look busy back there. I can help you out with that.
Yeah, yeah.
Just
That's
pestering him. When you
so
go, when
you.
you want something, you got to go for it. You can't just give up easy. You know what I mean? And I never
Yeah,
been that kind of guy.
that's a good lesson
Mhm.
right there for sure.
It is. It is. I mean, you can't never give up. And it also, like, time heals everything. A lot of young kids, they be killing themselves because they go through this
Yeah,
traumatic thing in their life and they don't think life's ever going to be the same. And they get in such a despair that they kill themselves.
yeah.
And
That's
that's
that.
not how it is. That's after time. You never know because that experience will lead to a better experience, and 90% of the time in the future. And I wish
Right.
kids could see that, and happen to them often, but unfortunately they don't. And that's sad to me because I was in a lot of places where I wanted to kill myself and tried to when I was 16
Oh,
because I
you
couldn't handle
had
it anymore.
so you tried. You said you tried
I
killing
did,
yourself.
yeah, yeah. I had a falling out with something about my guitar. I don't really remember exactly what happened, but my parents would go off to their fake church and be fake people. And I didn't go, and I was like, "That's it. I'm done with life." And I took a bunch of my mom's pills. She had all these prescription pills, and I don't remember anything after that except waking up in the hospital. My dad saying, "You were dead. I brought you back to life." And they sent me to Arizona to live with my uncle for like 6 weeks. He chased me around Arizona with a gun, thinking I was banging his wife, which I'm still friends with her to this day. But it was such a crazy experience. I remember that, and like I was dead. They said I was dead. Like I took a bottle of Ativan and probably
Oh, so they had to
didn't get
give you
home for like 3 hours.
the
Yeah, I don't remember.
Naxalin.
I don't really remember. I just remember waking up in the hospital. That's all I remember.
Oh, okay.
It was pretty
So
sad, but
did
I'm
you
glad I
remember
lived.
what type of pills they were?
Yeah, they were Ativans. They were Ativans. Benzodiazepine, like Valium and Xanax.
Oh, okay. So you took like a whole like
A
handful.
whole bottle of them. Yeah, a whole bottle of them with probably about 90 of them, maybe. Enough to kill like 7 people, probably.
So you, when you woke up, you said you didn't remember anything.
No, it was
How
just
did?
like at 1 second I was ate the pills and I was talking on the phone with somebody, just basically crying for help. And that's it. I don't remember anything else. I woke up and everybody said I was dead. I must have
How old
been
were you?
16.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, at
And
that age where a lot of kids do kill themselves.
right, because they feel like it's their whole life in their
Yeah, they
teens,
think
like
your life's over, and it's not, and I'm so glad mine wasn't because I've had such bad experience after that wasn't shit. I mean, my wife cheated on me, and then what happened to me recently almost killed me. Uh, we get into that when you want, but so yeah, I was mad. I was mad that I was still alive when I was 16. When I woke up in the hospital, it was a mental hospital. Nobody will believe me about the abuse going on in my home when I was telling them, even though people knew about it, and nobody stood up for me until one person did, and they arrested my father for child abuse. Um,
all right. And
he got
when
out, he got
was?
bailed out, and that's when I moved to Arizona. Then when they had me move with my uncle.
Oh, okay.
Um, and then a lot of shit happened where I got back into the house and then went to the army. I mean, I finished up high school and I got the fuck
So
out of
you
there.
ended up moving back from Arizona to your original house.
I did, yeah, for my last senior in high school. I went there from April to like I don't know mid February or something like that, and came back and got to school and took 2 classes for summer school and was able to graduate with my class. So in theory, I skipped a grade of high school,
Oh,
which is
so
crazy.
you. So wait, so they actually skipped you grades, or?
Yeah, well, see, it was like my 11th grade. I was 16 when I went to Arizona, and I didn't go to school out there. But I wanted to. I wanted to go in the army. I talked to recruiters. So when I came back, my guidance counselor figured out a way to give me an English 11 and an English 12 to take in summer school. That way I can,
Be
graduate
ahead
with my
and
class.
ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I mean, I had a full credit diploma. I would have if I would have went to school my 11th grade. I would have had honors, but it got me through high school in my class. I was able to graduate with my people.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. So
So
in reality, yeah, I skipped a year of high school.
yeah, that's dope. Actually, sounds just trying to get to your goal
Just
is
trying to
what
get
you
out of
were
there, man. I
trying to
just didn't. Yeah,
accomplish.
I couldn't bear living with my family anymore. It was just horrible. It was nightmares. It still fucks with me, man.
And you said you had a second divorce.
I did. About 16 years ago, I met a woman at a bar. I was coming up the steps, and I'm a bouncer down there, and I was a cook. So I was getting ready to bounce up at another bar, but I was like, man, I need to get another drink and a shot. I'm not feeling it. So I went up to this local bar where I'm known at, got my shot of beer, and this girl walking on the steps, she's like, you got nice tattoos. And I'm like, you smell like an angel. And I just kept going. You know what I mean? And went out and got my shot. And she followed me up there. She turned back around. I came up. I had my sunglasses on and shit. She smacks my glasses off my face. She's like, you need to look in my eyes when I'm talking to you. And I was like, I'm in love. The woman she was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. She smelled good, had a radiant personality, but like we ended up hitting it off that night, and she take me back to work on Saturday. It was a Saturday, busy day in the restaurant. I had to work at like 8 o'clock. Didn't sleep all night, hungover, right? All I wanted to do was sleep, and I was like, I ain't fucking with this girl no more. Like I can't do this. I can't have a girl and do work at the same time. It's fucking me up. My boss sent me home early, yelling at me and shit. Like, you're worthless. Get the fuck out of here. So I ended up going home and I
Yeah.
threw her fucking phone number in the trash. And I was like, I ain't gonna fuck with this girl no more. Well, she had ended up going back to my work, finding out where I work, and getting my boss to tell her where I lived at, and showed up at my house and started cutting my grass and shit. And I'm like, who's out there cutting my grass? And it was her. And she's like, nobody leaves me hanging for a one night stand. And I'm like, wow. She hunted me down. I guess this girl is worth hanging out with. And we ended up hitting it off. She had two kids. And I fell in love with the kids too, being a dad and shit. Like, it was cool. And they were really good kids. I married her in 2014 after my dad died.
Oh, okay. So you
And
married that.
yeah, well, after that, things got hard for me when my dad died. I didn't know that it would mess with me that hard because he wasn't the kindest person to me. But as I was getting older, we started talking more, and I didn't know my dad as an adult. Like, I was starting to get to know him. Found out my mom, the reason she was a drug addict, she was raped by her fucking brothers and shit. It's a lot of things that went on in my home as a childhood, but like I can see now as an adult where they're at. Being
Yeah.
a drug addict and alcoholic, I can relate with that now. It's a shame that I don't have them to talk to. So like when my dad died, like I beat myself up about that, like a lot, and I started drinking a lot more heavier, and my wife couldn't stand it. Like I couldn't find work steady enough, and I found a job. It was cool. I was installing fireplaces, and I ended up being in a car accident and broke my neck and was paralyzed up until 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, so I got sober, stopped drinking, man, and lost a bunch of weight. And then my wife left me. She just totally left, took
So right
everything and
after
left
you
me.
got sober.
I wanted to be better for my wife and my family and shit, and not feel like shit all the time. Be hungover, and feeling like dirt. I gained a whole bunch of weight. I was like 280 pounds or some shit, man. Just get
Oh
fat,
yeah.
sloppy drunk every day. Yep. And then
Just
when I was all
wasted.
fucked up, I couldn't drink when I was paralyzed. I could all the painkillers and shit I was on. I was knocked out all the time anyway.
Wait, how much would you drink? Would you say at your
I'd
like
say
high
about a
point?
fifth a day. About a fifth a day. A few
Oh, okay.
beers here and there.
And you said that you were on prescriptions afterwards.
Yeah, bunch of pills, man. I would do anything, man. But I had, because of my neck being broke, take a lot of painkillers. I became addicted to that. Started being addicted to dope.
So you were like in a rough spot at that time too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. 2 years ago, I was at the lowest point of my life, man. And then when my wife left me, my stepmother, who my dad met another woman and got married, but my stepmother, she sold the house underneath of me because in Florida, right, that's where they were living. When a dude dies without a will, all the shit goes to their wife. And so she owned the
Oh.
house and I didn't even know it. And I had lived in this house for a long time. And she sold it and had me evicted. And I became homeless, as I still am today.
You're homeless as of right now.
As of right now, this is right where you're seeing me in right now is a shed, dude, that I
Oh,
converted as like a
well,
tiny
it looks
home,
like
yeah, on my buddy's
it looks
property.
like a whole like apartment
Yeah,
going
man, I
on.
got some drywall, electric, and we fixed it up over 3 months. I was in a tent before that, but when we fixed it up, it was right before it got cold. And I've been staying here for about a year now.
Okay. And is there do you pay any like rent there or anything, or did you find
What'd
it
you say?
like do you do you have to pay for the spot that you're in right now?
No, no. There's two. My friend, his wife is disabled, so I kind of help her out and run around with the kids and shit. And he works 7 days a week, so I'm here to take care of them. They've been taking care of me, trying to get me to
Oh,
get my feet on the ground, man, because like I can't find a job, being a felon and shit. And so I fell into my artwork and I started doing art full time, like this year,
right.
like painting every day, like on it. And I've sold a few paintings and I want to keep selling more because that's why I joined TikTok. Is like get my name out there and
Yeah,
catch
right.
people's
Of
eyes and
course.
shit, with something and then get them to know me. You know what I mean? And
You
it's
said you
it's
be
working,
your
but
before we get into like your artwork and all that. You said that you got a felony.
I can't hear you. What'd you say?
Uh, you said you got a felony.
Yeah, I did. I've got two felonies.
And well, can you tell us about the situation, like how it happened?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The felony I got. recent. Your first felony was getting kicked out of the army. That's a felony in civilian life. You're treated like a felon. It's not necessarily a felon, but you get treated like that. You don't have any more rights to own a firearm. You
Oh,
can't
so
vote.
they straight hit you with restrictions once you
Yeah,
get kicked out.
dishonorable discharge. Yeah.
Oh
So
shit.
in the civilian, when my wife left me and my stepmom kicked me out of the house, like there was a point where I was getting like kicked out of the house. Is like an eviction thing with the court, so I was able to stay there. I just had no power or nothing because she yanked all that shit. So
Oh,
I got hungry one night, and I went up to the restaurant I worked in, and I knew they left the door unlocked for bread delivery or whatever. So I went up there and I got some food, and I came back home. And the next 2 days later, this is like New Year's Eve. I went up there, as a matter of fact. The cops came to my house and arrested me for it because I was caught on camera. And the two owners of the restaurant, they dropped the charges. They said he was hungry. It's okay. You know, he just got food. But the cops decided that they wanted to keep pressing the charges because me and the detective got into a like an argument about he was a dirty like sex guy. Like he said something like I'm a masturbator, not a master detective. And I'm like, dude, you're disgusting. Is what you are. Just because I live in a rough style doesn't mean I'm some weird sexual guy. You need to dress how I dress. Get the fuck out of here with that shit.
yeah.
Right?
So
And
he
I
was.
told the cops that arrested me that too, how he did it. And they all agreed he does that shit all the time. But anyway, so they in Virginia, if you have any kind of domestic um, charge like that, the cops are allowed to take over the charges. And so that's what they did.
Oh, so that's automatic felony right there.
Yeah, like in domestic violence and any kind of robbery or whatever. They got me for statutory robbery.
Oh
Yeah,
shit.
entering a building at night, which was nothing like that at all. It's fucked up. No, because of my military career, um, how people know me around here, and I'm good with the community. I'm part of the community, you know. The society does know who I am. I live in
Right.
the rough style, but I always put myself out there. You know what I mean? I pick up
Yeah,
trash
you got your
on the
own.
side of the road.
You got your own goth like look going. Your own like
I
gothic
can't hear
look
you.
going. Yeah, you got your
Yeah, I
own
always
like
had a goth days. Goth
style
days
going.
has been part of my metal. Yeah, I always dressed in black my whole life. Um, just part of who I am. And then when I met my wife, my second wife, she didn't like that about me at all. So I kind of tried to change that, but it didn't work. Like I've never been freer now than I've been in my whole life, and I love it. I might suffer, I might be homeless and shit, but I am free to do whatever I want whenever I want, and I really love that.
That's
I
what's up.
really do.
And can you tell us what's in your hand right there?
In my
Is
mind,
that your little? Yeah, in your hand.
oh, this is my stick. This is my walking stick.
And does that represent anything, or that just goes with your
Now,
look?
just like I'm an old man and need a little help walking down the street.
Yeah.
Now, I blew my ACL, PCL, meniscus lateral medial, and I was in a car accident and broke my neck. So I have neuropathy, and I'm a little off, and my hand doesn't work right. So I have to have something that catches me. I can't trust my left hand at all.
Oh, okay. Damn. So you were in
Mhm.
a bad car accident.
Super bad, super bad. Right before my wife left me, second wife.
Oh shit. And
Yeah,
you
I was
said you broke
paralyzed on my whole left side of my body,
shit.
broken neck.
And how long was this for?
I waited a year to my surgery, and then I was able to use my shit again. I just had lost all my muscle mass and atrophied, and I have neuropathy, which basically means like the nerves won't tell the muscles what to do. You can do repetitive shit all you want, it just don't communicate right. So
Oh,
I have my left side of my body is like super skinny compared to my right side of my upper body because of that. And I do curls every day to use it. If I don't do a curl a day, I won't be able to use my shit.
oh, yeah. Oh, so damn. So you have like stuff troubles going on with your body because of that now, and you're
Yeah, my upper body. Yeah,
oh, okay. And did you get like prescribed like pain pills for that?
happened what? In the accident?
Yeah, while you were when you got
Oh
into
yeah,
the
well I was on a
accident.
job. I installed fireplaces, and I was with the job. I was in the passenger side of a work van, and we're going up here to Arlington, driving, I guess, to the next job site. and a woman pulled out in front of us coming out of 7-Eleven and plowed into us going about 40 miles an hour. I was in a work van. It knocked all 4 tires off the van and spun us around twice. My head hit the windshield, hit the driver. My knee got messed up, and then my face, I got all my teeth knocked out and broke my neck. And I was conscious still. I remember trying to get up, and I seen the lady who hit us, and she was all bloodied up, and she was bad, man. Like, it was bad. And I kind of remember that. And then I sat down, and I don't really remember it much after that. I
So
passed out.
you weren't a wheel, and
No,
it was her
no, it
fault.
wasn't even my fault. No, just fate had it to be that way that day.
Yeah, right. So are you a heavy believer in God?
I don't believe in one God. I believe in all of them. You know, if somebody had a religion that took their time to emphasize a deity, why not respect it? But as far as Christianity goes, no, I am not a Christian. Um, I don't believe in it. I'm not going to get into detail about it, but I just don't. Not over that was blended with the Norse religion, which I identify with Norse religion better, Satru, heathenism,
Okay.
than I do Christianity. Yeah, they use Christianity used most of our shit to turn their religion to what it was anyway.
And what
All your
religion
days of
was
your
that
week,
you
everything is
said?
all Norse. What'd you say?
And what was the religion you said again?
Heathenism, a Satru. It's like Norse religion. Thor, Odin.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that. Like,
Okay, you didn't play the God of War game?
nah, I haven't played,
Okay.
but I heard
Well,
of it for sure.
it's basically a religion where it's about what you do on this earth and who you are as a man, making through your struggles, than it is to go into heaven in some fancy place. There's 2 places you go
Oh,
when you die. One where all the old people and young people go. It's called hell. And there's another place where the warriors go. If they die in battle, they go to Valhalla, where they can drink every day and kill and war with Odin every single day and be re-brought to life and party every night and do that forever and ever.
oh,
It's
okay.
called the
So
Wild.
this was based off of that, off of
Yeah,
the.
yeah. And I've just started becoming that not too long ago, maybe 2 years ago. We all wear a
Oh,
Mjolnir, a hammer around our neck. I wear mine proudly.
oh, okay. So it's a big religion going on out there, and
Yeah, it has been for thousands of years, buddy. That's why the Christianity got made. They tried to blend us in with Christians.
oh, okay. So it's not really
People know it as paganism
out there.
too. I think that's known as paganism as well.
Oh,
Sure
okay.
is.
And before we keep going with this interview, let me say something real quick. Make sure to tap in spokenwars.com. Get you some merch. We got hats, hoodies, socks, shoes. We're doing all that. Just go on Google, wherever, spokenwars.com. Go copy something. All right, let's keep going with this interview. All right, so you you got into art. Let's right after you broke off with your wife, you, and you started doing art. Tell us about your
Yeah,
first
like she
art
took all the
piece.
pictures off the walls, right? Took every single picture, everything out of the house, and it just looked so vacant and empty, and it was fucking with my head really bad. I'm like, I gotta do something. So there was a old painting that we did for our wedding that these kids just put their hands all on, like put their hands in paint, just put their hands on and shit.
Yeah,
And I painted over with white and just started going crazy. And I ended up painting this like, I don't know, really intense fucking picture of what hell was in my mind. Like I was in hell, you know what I mean? And like it was so fucking pretty, man. Oh my god, I can't believe that I painted it. I sat because I never painted before. I just picked it up and started going with it. And like I was so impressed with it. I was like, that's cool. But everybody else thought it was really evil and dark and shit. So I kind of kept it myself, and I just kept practicing since.
so you had your own style going.
Yeah, I do. I like to use the black light and glow in the dark shit. So all my paintings pretty much now react in some kind of light differently.
You got any paintings on your wall right now? Like I see in the
I do.
background.
I do. I do. Um, this one's 6 foot tall. It goes behind my drop a little bit.
Oh, that
but it's
one's
taller than
sick.
me. It's a bunch of fucking skulls and faces that glow in the dark. Just the faces glow in the dark, and the rest of it's black light reactive.
Oh shit, that's sick.
Yeah,
That
you can't.
looks
It won't really
pretty
show on
dope.
camera that the faces glowing in the dark because it's really faint. But in real life, it's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all over the place. We got a bunch over here, and I even got them on the ceiling up
Have you
there.
ever thought about making your own?
Well, I've been thinking about a lot of things like that, but the thing is like I don't have any kind of muse or a teacher to teach me how to do it. Like I wish I did. I wish I had a business sense, and I wish I could because that's what I've been told to do is like do my art for a living. I just don't
Your,
know how to market it.
yeah, your designs would look dope, like on a shirt or
Yeah,
something.
totally. Or tattoos, even. I have a lot of people that said,
Yeah, even
they would
tat.
like with tattoos. Yeah, I wish I wish I had the marketing know-how to do that. I really do.
Right. Or even
Sorry
just
about that.
for album covers, you could just put your artwork on album covers, mixtape covers.
Many things, man. And I do a lot of like if somebody has an idea that they want, I try to paint it for them, and it comes out. Like I've done a few TikTokers background drops for them. One of them still got to pay me though, but I
You
try to
gotta
do
get your
stuff
money.
like that. And I sell my original pieces too if I could print
Yeah.
them, whatever. I'm always painting. I'm always doing it. Oh man, I didn't for a little bit. I just dabbled around, but I painted over that same painting like 20 times. But I think I think maybe I'd start a painting. I'd do one every 3 days now. I think I have about 40 paintings since then that I've done. Some of them take time.
Shit.
Like that one on the wall took me like a month and a half to paint. So
And yeah, that's dope. And do you have any like goal of what you want to do with your paintings, or how you're gonna the future for
no,
your
man, I want to
paintings?
sell them. I want to sell them and help this family that's been helping me out, man. I want to make them rich for helping me and saving my life and giving me a place to grow and heal from all my shit. And that's what I've been doing for the past years, trying to heal from it. And they gave me that. They don't bother me, and they got two little kids. They ain't got two nickels to rub together. And like, I don't want money. I never wanted to be rich, but I do now. I want to be rich, but not for me. And I want to help other people, I want to help other people. So if my art can make me money, like that, then that's what I would do. But even if it just gets me so I can live, I'm okay with that. But if it ever got me rich, I want to take care of this family. I want to make sure they got everything they need. And then I'm moving to Costa Rica. Fuck this country.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that.
Mm, Not really. No, what inspires me is the ability to be soothed by something that isn't a drug or a chemical that I can just do that calms my nerves down. And then it's creative. I'm not destroying anything. I'm making stuff. So that's my muse to make art. Like no other artists really inspire me because I wouldn't be able to do their kind of work anyway. My brain doesn't work like that. I can't look at something and paint it. It has to come from my mind's eye or it doesn't come out at all.
Yeah.
So nobody's really inspires me now. I had a girlfriend that really inspired me a lot, but she dumped me.
So you, just, oh, so you've been like in a lot of like bad relationships that didn't work out.
Yeah, usually because I don't really bend. I stay the same. And I think most of the females that I got with wanted to change me, fix me, or help me in some great way or another. And I just wouldn't let them. Nobody tells me what to do.
Yeah.
I'm done
So
with
you're
that shit.
on your own
I try to
timing.
be, unfortunately, I don't. Something in my part of me wants to be like that, and another part of me wants to be a part of society and people. But the way the world is right now and how people are just falling for everything, it makes me kind of want to stand back from it, and just do it from the background. That's why I like social media and TikTok, because I can get my social time there and I don't have to go out there to do it. You know what I mean? Because everybody here knows me in this town and they know what I've been through.
Yeah.
And they just call me Crazy Jay. Yeah. They call me Crazy Jay. Yeah, that's another story too. Crazy Jay, Jay.
Oh, okay. So you got a whole nickname.
Because I pick up trash when I go on my walks. And I sometimes are reciting lyrics to myself out loud. Not talking to myself, but it would appear like I would be. But
Yeah.
people think I talk to myself. Yeah, I had the cops called on me a couple times for it. Like, this guy's suspicious.
Oh,
He's
really?
picking up trash. Oh my God. Yeah. It's so
I'm just
messed up how
minding your own
society
business.
is, man. It is. It's crazy.
Yeah. You gotta act a certain way, or
You
no one's
do.
fucking.
You have to wear a certain type of clothes, a certain type of shoes, have to act a certain way. If you're male or a female, you're all just expected to live a way. And even if you don't know what you are, you're expected to figure one out. You know, it's
Yeah, that's
sad if you
crazy.
don't. Yeah, when an individual is an individual, he's crazy. You
Yeah,
know, my
it's like
brother is paranoid schizophrenic. I know what crazy is. You know, and that's pretty crazy, paranoid schizophrenic. And I'm neither. I'm just trying to give back and be part of something that doesn't want me to be a
right.
part of it. You know?
I feel that. Do you feel like Virginia? There's a lot of like
I do.
talent out there.
Talent, there's some, there's some talent, but I think Virginia's more of a place where it's like the sprawl of DC and senators and military than it is like anything else. You know, it's kind of one of
Oh,
those suburbs of the megapolis, you know?
so more people look up to being in like the army and wanting to join the Marines and all that.
Correct. Yeah, in this area. Yeah, there's still a few people that make music and shit. It's a college town too here, so you'll get that too, but not really anything crazy, nah. I mean, but then again, I don't really talk to a whole lot of people anymore. I really don't.
Oh, okay. So you're more to yourself.
Indeed.
Okay. And
Mm-hmm.
when was
What,
it?
mate?
Did you start
When was
going
it?
on TikTok?
It was about Thanksgiving. I started getting on there regularly. I think I had like 3 followers or some shit like that.
Oh, okay. So and now you're
Yeah, me and my buddy got to
building
talk
up your
about like
family.
getting my art out, and I'm like, how am I gonna get an art out in this town? Like nobody's like buying anything. I don't know who to sell to. He's like, get on a social media like TikTok or something and try that route.
Yeah, you
And I
gotta
was
for
like,
sure.
he had a good point. So I started a TikTok, and then I realized you had to have 1,000 followers to go live, and I was like, oh man, I don't even know 1,000 people, right? So I just started going around in chat rooms and talking to people and spreading love, and like less than 2 months, I got 1,000 followers.
You started building up from there.
Hmm.
So you
And now
just
I
did
just go
like
on and I
started
kind of glare. I glare at the fucking screen, and then when I get a little bit of people in, I'll give them a little story. I'll start painting. I paint live streams a lot. I do a lot of philosophy, um, a lot of staring at people because that's what they like. Believe it or not, it's really weird. You can paint and do this precise painting and go live, and I will get more people just staring at the camera than I do painting. It's crazy.
What do you think about that? Like, why is that?
I think people, when they get on a social media like that, want to kind of dumb themselves down. I don't think they want to absorb any kind of knowledge. I just think they want to be silly and throw gifts at people, I guess. That's what it seems
Huh.
to be.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Whatever.
Just stare at something for a little bit, not interact with it or have to think. So I'm trying to redo my game plan on that, you know?
Okay, so you're trying to come with a different approach.
Yeah, sit and stare at the screen and listen to some doom metal. Freak some people
Get
out.
some more, get some more views and like followers on there.
Yeah, you know, and that's how
Like,
you get yourself out there. You got to get the views, you got to get the follows. And then once I get
yeah.
enough followers, I think I'll be okay enough to just paint and have my niche there.
What is that? Is that a new the tat that you have right here?
Where on my wrist? Yeah, it's like it's yeah, it's not anything new. It's just I went over
It
it with a
looks.
marker. Yeah, I went over it with a pen.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just freshly
No,
done.
they're all jailhoused up, man. I got a squiggly arm, so I'm an artist, man. I do like tribal shit, and so I went and covered them up and kind of drew over them a little bit and made them differently. It's all
Oh,
stage,
okay.
really. You know, I wish I could do my left arm too. I wish I could draw with my right arm onto my left. That would be great. But eventually, I'm
Which
gonna get a tattoo. But they're too expensive, man. Tattoos are way too expensive these days.
yeah, they're a whole lot.
But I ordered a tattoo gun, so I'm gonna have fun with that.
Start doing your own.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna tattoo myself the fuck up. Probably
That's
introduce it into my my live somehow. Tattoo.
get it. Yeah, get that.
I mean, that's pretty interesting to watch somebody tattoo themselves. I think.
Yeah, there's a fan base for everything, and there's a
There is,
lot.
there is. You know. I mean, they're going to be
So
black lined anyway. I could tattoo people's names all over my arm and still be able to cover it up the way I do my art. If you strategically put their name on you, like in red ink,
yeah,
right?
you said you got a tattoo while you were locked up, or
I have they're
have you
jailhouse
been getting a
style. We
tattoo?
did it at home, you know. Yeah, this is real. This right here, this skull is real.
Oh, it's a
You
real
can't
one.
see the rest; it's uncovered. Yeah, but that's a real tattoo. All the line work is pretty much just drawing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that looks dope though. Well, both of them, but the line work looks dope. Like
Yeah,
if that
it's
was
just
a real tat,
stagey. You know, it gives you more of a presence, I guess.
right? And yeah,
I also have really
so
cool
you're
eyes that I wear too, man. That I got made as a filter, so my eyes like glow like a wolf's. When I go into different lights, they'll like glow and look pretty trippy. I wish I could have them here to show you. Yeah, you have to come to TikTok and record some off of that.
for sure, most definitely. Once I hit 1,000 followers, I
Well,
barely
you
made
know,
my TikTok
I
right
can
now.
help you with that. I can help you with that. There are ways. There are ways around that. You can join since you do this. Since you do advertising, I can get you into an agency probably and get you live tomorrow. Yeah, it's just about joining an agency and willing to, give like 3% of your makings to them. You know, if you're not worried about monetization. But
Oh
that's what
yeah,
I did, and I got. You can do it. I joined one later. I got like 5 wanting me to join now because they think I'm dazzling. I have a whole different stage presence. Of course, you know that. Um,
I've
but
been watching.
a lot of people love it. They love it. They say I pull it off pretty well, and I think I do.
Yeah, so
I've
you got
scared a
your
few
whole
people
image,
right on off.
right? Before we end this interview, do you have any like words for the people in your city growing up that want to become an artist or want to make it
Nah,
out
man. I mean,
or want
just
to
I think
do
everybody should
stuff?
love, man. Honestly, everybody should love each other. And realize that we're all miracles and that every single one of us existing are just bags of particles stuck together with dark matter, you know? But to exist on the same plane of existence in the era of technology and communication, it's a miracle. It's a
Yeah.
miracle that we're even talking to each other right now. You understand?
From
And
from
once people
Cali to
realize, well,
Virginia.
yeah, isn't on video, on video. Um,
Yeah.
and like once we realize that the miracles in life and how beautiful we are, I think it helps anybody love each other more. And what we need is love. We don't need nothing else. Um,
Yeah, that's some good
it's
advice,
free.
words right there.
Loving somebody's free. Respecting somebody's free. Understanding somebody's free. Compassion for somebody hurting is free. And if
Hmm.
we did a lot more of that, we wouldn't have so many troubles in the world because people wouldn't feel so left out and offended and hurt. And a lot of the violence and a lot of the shit comes from that. Just pure hate
Right.
that exists in the world that shouldn't exist. Not with the era that we live in now, in the truths that we know. Don't you think?
Yeah, I feel like we need to get something together, ready, like come together, do some peace, like have peace and all that. But
Well, it starts with
yeah,
just loving somebody and doing the right thing and like looking out for somebody that needs help. And that sends another chain down because that person's going to help somebody. It's kind of like paying it back. You do a friendly thing to somebody that helps them, they're going to guarantee do something good that day. And it's going to keep going.
yeah,
We call
yeah,
it
I feel that.
the do your good deed for the day, do your good deed for the day. That has nothing to do with any religion either. This is something that human can do. Instead of pulling out your camera and taking a picture of somebody tripped on the ground, help them up. Put your hand out, help them out, ask them if they're okay. You see some dude stressed out and pissed off, don't get offended. Ask him if you can help. What's wrong? I'll tell you a story about an Uber
Yeah,
driver I had with that. This guy was all pissed off. I was late, like 1 minute coming out. I'm like, yo, bro, what's wrong with you? Are you okay? Why are you so angry? And he just let me. He was gonna kill himself, man. And just having that talk saved his life. And he wanted to be my friend. I was like, nope, no thanks. The universe will put us back together if we need to. I don't need none of that social drama. But you never know who you're gonna talk to. Perfect time, and every time is the perfect time if you think about it. Because you don't know. We don't know. Nobody knows what's going through people's heads. Yeah, man, it's crazy. You just gotta help people and love them.
I fucked with you, your personality, your whole image going, your artwork is dope. Keep doing your
I know, and I
thing.
got so much more. I mean, so much more has happened to me. Like that was just plugging holes, but it's truly a miracle I'm existing right now. And it'd be even more of a miracle if I could sell some art and like make some money and make it all worthwhile. But I'll continue to do it, like I said, because it suits me. It's who I am.
Right. That's like who you are already.
That's where I'm
Yeah,
at, man. That's where I be.
for that. Yeah, keep doing it. I want to see you like more.
Absolutely. Oh, I'll be showing them, bro. Definitely. Well, maybe I can get your help on some maybe marketing ideas and shit, bro.
For sure. We're definitely gonna keep locked in. We'll for sure be locked in after this, and I'm for sure gonna have you on my podcast.
Yeah,
It's gonna
yeah, and
come
you can
up
come
this
see me
week
on TikTok. The paint pushing panda.
for sure. I'm gonna definitely tap in.
Tag
But
that on
yeah,
there. Yeah, tag that on there. And
and
thank you for the interview, by the way.
make sure y'all tap in.
All right, bro. I'll be on. You just come look for me. I said I'll be on. You just come and look for me. Laters, bro.